I'm coming to you and I run up here and I throw my hands out and I said, I'm going to do this. You know why? Because this is what I'm going to talk about. Because I'm going to talk about energy. Everything we're about to do starts with a mindset and an energy. And that's what we're going to start off to talk about. Because sometimes we get so focused in the things that we do. And I'm excited. See, I'm jumping right in. And I had all kinds of icebreakers. They just broke ice. So I'm not as funny as Bruce Wayne Cooper, but I tell a few jokes too. But you know, I jump right in because I'm excited about the idea, because we get these ideas and we focus, and many of us are really brought up, and even in the church, and I'm going to tell a few truths today if that's all right. Are brought up in the church to focus on the task and the job. And that's great because we have to do it. We have, I thought we were in the house. We're pointing at the scripture in the church that's up on the wall, but it talks about that our job is to go out and bring souls to Christ, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to do that. That's what we're supposed to do, and that is a task. However, how we do it is often determined by our mindset, right? Because we do it sometimes when we're not trying. And if we're doing it right, we do it most times when we're not trying. But the most important is your vision, your purpose, and your positive energy. Your ability to have positive energy and, 2 words, love and care. Now, love is heavy, right? That's a heavy word. You can't just really throw it. You can't just lob love out there like that. You got to give it some meat. So when I say love, I say 2 things. Your love for other people, because if you love other people, then you want them to be successful, like I talked about earlier. And you have to, and if you love people, and you have to love and be passionate about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. If you love and passionate about what you're doing, then you can withstand that. Because what I talked about earlier is still very significant. I don't want to lose that, and that is that mindset, that positive attitude, that energy that comes along with everything that you're doing here. You have to have the energy and positive attitude to withstand that, to withstand the pushback and the challenges and the negativity. Let's throw that out there, right?
Now, if you don't know a direction, that's fine. That's fine. But you got to find one. You can't. If you have a GPS, you got to put in the destination. Or then you go sit there and the GPS is going to be, Siri going to be talking about where you want to go. And the world is telling you, you got to move. You can't just stay here.
Right.
And when you don't have a vision, you end up walking around in a circle, because the world's not going to let you just stay.
No.
You can't just sit and say, I'm going to stay locked up in this room for a year until I figure out what I'm going to do. Well, no, you got to get up out of here and do something. Whether you got to go to the store, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to go somewhere. You can't just sit here.
No.
The world is going to make you move. And when you don't have a vision, you move aimlessly.
Yes.
And so somebody come up with a vision, here, come help me with this. And you're like, okay. And then somebody else will say, well, come help me with this. Okay, you go over here and you don't quite feel it. You go over here and you don't quite feel it.
Yep.
It's because you haven't taken the time. The only reason, and I did the biggest cheating of all, the only reason I was able to roll those things off my mouth like I had just been so thinking about my vision is because it took me a year to come up with a vision statement. I fought it. I thought it wasn't necessary. But every success book I've read, and I know Terrance is a student of success and personal growth and personal development. There are others in here. Terrance, have you seen one book that says that you can get away with this without having clarity of vision?
Not one.
Not one. You got to have clarity of vision. And I fought it forever. I thought it was a waste of time. And when all of my coaches started with, what's your vision? What's your vision? I took the time. It took me a month to actually write it down. Once I did it, I have seen such a change in just this 3 months of this year. Because I have a vision and I know where I'm going.
It's follow up. When people give me their business card, guess what? I don't take it and say, ooh, well, this is a nice card and throw it in the garbage. Guess what I do? I call the number. I follow up. People coming to our church for the first time, they join the ministry, and guess what? You never see them next Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. You know why? They go in one door and they go out the back door. We never follow up. It's imperative as we build ministries. Keep in mind, a follow-up is so crucial. When their birthday comes, come on, give it up for that.
That's right.
When their birthday comes, call them, send them an email, send them, hey, happy birthday. How do you know? Well, I'm with Chase Bank and I'm also with United Credit Union. United Credit Union for the past 15 years call me all the time on my birthday. I'm like, what? Hello, who is this? United Credit Union. I said, something happened to my account. They said, no, Ms. Perkins, today's your birthday. We just want to say happy birthday. Wow, that's important in ministry. It's important. If you meet a person, you get a card, guess what? Sir, I want the world to hear your presentation. Like when Vanessa told me about this brother here, I wanted to meet you, Terrance, because there's something in you that I need to know. And guess what? Don't be afraid to share ideas. Don't be afraid to give mics to people so they can put their business out there. And in return, God, the more you give, come on, believers. Come on, somebody. The more you give, the more you shall receive. And I believe in that. And people say, Perkins, why you got all these 45, 50 people in the room and you're not talking about all your books? I said, it's not about me today. It's about all these people. Because when you promote someone else, guess what God would do? Oh, you better get this. When you begin to promote and push others, guess what? Somebody in the back scene pushing you to your greatness. And I believe in that. And let me go to the next.
Some of you came here today because you were thinking about letting this business go. Oh, Terrance, it's too hard. Oh, Terrance, I'm not making any sales. Oh, Terrance, the people that I'm trying to sell this to don't have any interest in what I've got to say. Oh, I wrote this book, but nobody's buying it. Maybe you just didn't network with the right people yet. And Brother Perkins just told you how to do that differently. Maybe you didn't show the passion that you had for that book, and Vanessa told you how to do that. Maybe you're not selling with enough energy, and Derrick showed you how to do that. So now after you leave here, I want you to recommit. Say recommit.
Recommit.
Recommit to what it is that you want your business to be, where it is you want your life to go, and what is important about that ministry and the people that you serve. Because once you recommit to it, things are definitely going to look different. You know, they say that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Recommit means you've got to put in some new sweats. Recommitting means you're going to have to put in some new tears. Recommitting means you're going to have to work at 1 o'clock in the morning when you used to go to bed at 11. Recommit means you're going to have to work at 5 o'clock in the morning when some people don't get up till 7.
Yeah.
You remember what they used to say about the Army. We do more things in the Army before 9 a.m. before anyone does. You're going to have to recommit to what it is that you're passionate about. Recommit to what it is that brought you here today to unleash the power. In order for you to unleash the power that you have inside, you're going to have to recommit. You're going to have to decide, because that's what you even want to do. So the first thing we said was refocus. Refocus.
Refocus.
Second thing we said was recommit.
Recommit.
Consulting. How many people find themselves always being around people that want to pick your brain? All right, I declare that this is not free season for brain picking. Let no one else pick your brain for free.
Amen. Stop the picking.
Stop the picking. Give them a little taste, and then if they would like to join If they would like one-on-one coaching with you, how do we say that, Mother Crouch? You can get this free 30-minute consultation. Is that our words, Julia?
That's what our words
You
are.
can have this free 30-minute consultation
Either that or 15-minute focus.
about how to write your book. I will talk to you for free for the first 30 minutes about how to write your book. After that, if you would like a one-on-one coaching session with me, you have to pay. That is going to help you in so many ways, not just financially, but it's going to help you stop wasting time with people that are not serious about moving forward with you.
That's right.
We have all been in that position where we have talked to somebody and we have spent hours with them talking and talking, and the next thing we know, it's like, that was a waste of time. They're still in the same position that they were in.
Right.
Coaching. This is a huge billion-dollar business. Terrance, what is your normal coaching fee?
For the coaching program, it starts at $740, and then for individual consultations, start at $140 an hour, and then it goes from specialized programs from there.
I'm saying, Terrance, I know Terrance, you know. Terrance was just up here talking to us. Terrance charged $149 an hour?
Yes.
Terrance is only charging $149 an hour because there are people out there that will pay $149 an hour to get his information.
That's right.
And there are people that will pay you. Now it's time to actually write your draft. If you've put your index cards together, and you'll see previous to that, we talked about deciding what your topics are, decide which cards go in each chapter, get one of those index card organizers, and have chapter 1. These are all the cards for chapter 1. These are all the cards for chapter 2. These are all the cards for chapter 3. If you've written your cards right, the rough draft is going to write itself. When you are writing the rough draft, do not stop and edit. Just write. Editing involves one side of your brain, writing involves the other. And it's like turning a light switch on, off, on, off, on, off. You write a sentence, then you edit it. Ooh, those words don't sound right. Then you try to start writing it again, and you find it hard to get back into the creative mode when you have shut that off to edit.
Right.
So you are in a no edit zone when you're writing your rough draft. I suggest doing the Pomodoro method I described in here. You're writing for 25 minutes at a time and then stopping. No editing. Continue writing. Even when you don't know anything else to write, keep writing anyway. And write, I don't know anything else to write. You will not write that sentence more than twice without something coming out. It's almost like it gets clogged up, like a pipe that gets clogged up. Do not tear up or delete during your rough draft. You are not editing anything. No balling up the paper and throwing it in the trash can. You have to go where the people are.
Yeah.
Your ministry, your business, your idea will not be effective if you don't go to where the people are. And you can't dictate where they are. They are going to be where they are. 900
now. It's a billion now.
Is it a billion?
Oh, 900 million. It's
It's
a
a
billion.
billion
It's a
now.
900 million.
It's a
It's
billion.
a billion now.
It's a billion.
1 billion people are on Facebook. You cannot talk about I don't want to deal with Facebook. That is where the people are.
Yep.
They are on social media. Now, the reason why many people have a problem with social media is because they don't understand it. And we have to get out of this mentality that if we don't understand it, it's just not good and we just not gonna fool with that. That's grandmama. Great-grandmama. That's what
She's our granny.
that's what great-great-grandmama said when the television first came out.
Yeah, Big Mama.
Child, I ain't fooling with that.
That's what Big Mama said.
That's what Big Mama said.
That's what Big Mama said.
I've been listening to the radio all this time. All my shows, The Shadow, all them radio. I'm not fooling around with this idiot box. That's what they call it, an idiot box. We look back at Big Mama now and say, oh, that was just crazy. That's where everything is. The Shadow is not on the radio anymore.
No more.
You got to go where the people are.
Yeah.
There are so many dogs. We have a leash law. I'm trying to get you clarity on the understanding of leash. In order for you to unleash, you must first know what a leash is and understand how that leash applies to your life. I promise you I'm trying to help you. The leash on the dog serves multiple purposes, none of which is to protect you. Because see, that's the first thing you think. They got a leash on the dog to keep the dog from, well, harming me. No. Write this down too. Every system is set up to benefit those that set up the system.
Come on now.
Don't ever forget that. Every system is set up to benefit those that set up the system. This is why the judicial system is so out of control, because the ones that set it up are making money from it. This is why the legal system is out of control, because the ones that set it up are making money from it. You telling me you can't get a Cuban cigar in America, and Cuba is closer to the United States than Illinois is to Chicago, and y'all together, I mean, y'all right there in the same spot, but cocaine from 3,000 miles away in Colombia can get here every day, all day, because the people in a place to stop it are making too much from the system to stop the system. Okay, I said all of that to say this. I'm trying to help you get a place. Leash law on the dog. The leash serves to keep the dog from getting too far from his master. See, that's why they sell them 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, so they can govern how far the dog goes from the master.
Wow. All right.
Preacher, secondly, the leash law hinders the dog from doing anything the master doesn't want the dog to do. I've seen it. Dog try to run and the master just stand there in the leash, snatch him back. Then the dog gets to understand, well, seems like I can't go but 1, 2, 3, 4 steps from the master. So the dog will run to 3 and stop.
All right.
Take the leash off the dog and the dog will run 3 feet and stop. Because it has been conditioned by the leash.
All right.